Okay. Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I have to use my old camera because I lost my memory card and I literally have no idea where it went. So if you see me looking at myself in the display, that's because it's my old camera and I've gotten used to not looking at myself, and so like it's gonna be hard to play it cool and not stare at myself the whole time. Alright, so for the past 2 months we have been talking about the history of photography because I am taking that class, and so each week I come out with a new video on the history of photography. And if you are new here and you want to start at the beginning, you can click the I right up there in the corner and that will take you right to the beginning of the playlist. And you can watch the other ones because these ones will make more sense if you watch from the beginning, I swear. Alright, so this week we are going to dive into the world of pictorialism. Alright, so during this time we're entering into this world of the snapshot. Kodak has just become a big hit. They're coming out with new handheld cameras and anyone can be a photographer. The everyday person can just buy a handheld Kodak camera and take photos of their life or things in their day. So photographing became super easy, and so everyone was doing it. And so those true artists and those purists were really underappreciated and not understood. They really weren't respected in their field anymore. So because of this, the true artists and the purists, they got together in their communities and they created camera clubs. And they challenged themselves to prove to the world that photography was more than a scientific recording device. It was also an artistic expression of yourself. Thus, pictorialism was formed. So pictorialism was a movement filled with experiment. These photographers experimented with different chemical processes and different things that they could do to manipulate the image. They added different effects and different things to make the photographs less photographic and more painterly or more artistic looking. They sought to prove that any medium could be manipulated to be more artistic and show more expression of the person. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to look at a couple images by some of the main artists in this movement, and we're just going to talk about them and see if we can learn a little bit. I mean, that's what I got for you, so... Alright, so we are going to start off with a woman photographer because, let's face it guys, girl power! Alright, so this is a photograph by Julia Margaret Cameron. Now, what you will notice right off the bat is she didn't really manipulate the chemistry as much as she did the subject. So this is a scene that she created for an historical book, and it's actually supposed to depict the death of King Arthur. So instead of just taking recording images like here's a tree or here's a mountain or here's, you know, whatever's in front of you, she instead created a scene with costumed models and props to depict scenes in history, much like an historical painter would do. Alright, so let's move on to Clarence Hudson White. And now he was an American photographer. Okay, so first of all, when you look at his work, you'll see this clear orb or this circular, I don't know, whatever, and it's in a lot of his photographs, and it's kind of weird. Like, I don't know if it represents something, or I mean, I think it looks cool, but it's kind of creepy or eerie that it's in all these photographs. But anyways, he used soft focus brilliantly. So as you can see in these images here, the subject is just slightly out of focus, and that really gives the image a very soft, painterly feel, and it makes them seem less photographic or realistic. It kind of looks otherworldly almost, like you're looking through a hazy piece of glass, like you're in a dream almost. Alright, so then we move on to Leonard Misson, which is, I think, how you pronounce it. I have no idea. He was a Belgian photographer and he made absolutely stunning images. So looking at his images, it seems like he mostly utilizes weather and light to kind of give a sort of hazy daze to the image, and it really makes it look like a painting. I mean, look at how he captured the fading background and the foggy figures. I mean, those were actual styles used by painters, and he was able to capture those in a photograph. I mean, it's incredible. This is one of my other favorite images by him. It's called The Snowstorm, I believe. It looks like a still from a Tim Burton movie. Like, it doesn't look like a photograph. If you look closely, you can actually see it looks like pencil strokes. Like, how he captured this, I have no freaking clue, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. The other effect that he uses in his photographs, in these two photographs right here, that I think is stunning, is this sort of glow or backlight to the main object in the image. I mean, to think about how long he must have waited for that perfect position for the sun to be in, for that image to just be captured in the way that he saw it in his brain. Just imagine how long he sat waiting for that perfect instance. To think about the processes they went to experiment with this, and how many times they tried X, Y, and Z to get the perfect image, to get the effect that they wanted. I mean, Photoshop didn't exist back then. They had to create all of this through chemical processes and through, you know, whatever it was. Alright, and now we move on to my absolute favorite photographer this time, and this is Robert Demachi, or Demachi, I don't know. I love him. I guess I should probably pronounce his name right since I love him so much. And he was a French photographer. Now, this is one of his most popular images, and it's called Speed. Just look at how non-photographic this image looks. Like, this does not look like a photograph even a little bit. It looks literally like a charcoal drawing. All of his images resemble this sort of charcoal, dusty, rough image making look. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it looks like a charcoal drawing. This one is the one I cannot believe. This one does not look like a photograph at all. This looks like some AP art student's charcoal drawing. Like, it's so gorgeous. It's such a stunning image. And then these ones sort of depict a sort of ink on paper look. They look like classic silhouettes with like a modern twist, and I love them. I love them. I think his images are absolutely gorgeous. The fact that they could create those images with a camera is just like, it's freaking amazing. Alright, so those are all the images that I have for you guys. Those are like my favorites of the pictorialism movement. This was one of the first worldly recognized movements in photography, and I think it is just absolutely gorgeous. I think the fact, when you think about how much work went into it, it's just, I love it. Alright, so if you learned anything, or if you just liked watching this, give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment down below telling me what your favorite image it was. Also, don't forget to share on Facebook, Twitter, you know, whatever you got. And BT dubs, you guys should check out my Facebook page. I post there all the time. Facebook.com/Alyx Freid. You guys should check it out. I mostly post about like me trying to be funny / informative, but like, it's totally worth it. Alright, so if you guys are new here, or if you haven't yet, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. All you have to do is sign in with a Google account and click the subscribe button right down below, or there's one right there if you are on a desktop. What? And if you missed last week's episode, you can click right there. You can learn how to make a zoetrope, and you can learn about the history of motion pictures. So awesome. I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.